Here we go.
Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a non-traditional take on shepherd's pie with the help of Jason's delicious turkey leg meat that he left over for me to use.
I want Mommy.
Oh, you want Mommy? Okay, here you go. I frighten small children. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cook your sweet potatoes. Today I'm going to be boiling them. You want to make sure you salt your water. Go ahead and stab the potatoes a couple times just to make sure that they don't explode on you. Next thing, I got some chicken stock in the back, cooking down, reducing, just trying to get a little more flavor out of it. And then we're going to work on cutting up our mirepoix, our herbs. I'm going to saute down all the onions and then separate some of those out for our waffle later that we're going to be using. So I'm probably going to get criticized for using Bisquick brand shaker batter mix. However, today I wanted to accomplish this task using all things that you'd be able to get from a local grocery store. I'm going to spray that down. Always make sure you spray your waffle iron. You'll learn it the hard way if you don't. Put a thin layer, and then you're going to put your mix-ins for the waffle iron on top of that thin layer. So here we're going to put parsley, a little bit of fresh thyme, a little bit of fresh sage, and some sauteed onions that we put in the pan earlier, and then a little bit of salt because this is a savory dish, and then we're going to put another layer on top of that. So what we're going to do is we started sweating down our onions, and then we're going to add in our carrots and mushrooms and sweat those down, add a little knob of butter in there, and then we're going to try to cook out. The mushrooms are going to give off a lot of liquid, and so are the carrots. So we want to let them sweat down, and then after that we're going to deglaze our pan with a little bit of red wine. And then I'm using a combination of both chicken stock and beef stock. As I let the chicken stock cook down, I slowly add in my layers of deglaze. This helps to layer your flavors. So I'm going to put wine in more than once. I'm going to put beef stock in more than once. I'm going to put parsley in more than once at different stages of the cooking process, and this helps to make the flavor pop a little bit. So we hit it with red wine, hit it with beef stock, let that cook down. And then once it gets to the point where it's about where I want it and it's all hot, I'm going to add in the chicken stock, and then I'm going to make my slurry. I always like to make my slurry with chicken stock instead of water or beef stock, just to give it a little bit more flavor. You want to make sure you're real careful about that so that you want it to come to a boil right away. You don't want your sauce to sit with the cornstarch because it only has so much time to react to help thicken it up. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of salt and pepper and just a little hint of red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar, whatever you have. Just a little bit of acid helps bring out that flavor. Once the sweet potatoes are done, I'm going to crack some eggs. I got about a half a dozen egg yolks and one full egg. I'm going to whisk those up, and I'm going to add my salt, pepper, and a little bit of brown sugar to my egg mixture, whisk that up, and then use cornstarch or potato starch. I prefer potato starch. Sweet potatoes don't have the starch consistency that regular potatoes have, so I'm giving it a little bit of a little more strength to hold its shape, so whenever it gets hot, it just doesn't completely flatten itself out. Basically, what I'm doing is making a sweet potato duchesse, or duchesse sweet potatoes, if you will. The important part of this is that you temper your potatoes into your egg yolks. So I'm going to take the potatoes out, strain them, cut them in half, take the jackets off of them. You can normally, if they're done right, you can squeeze them out with your hands or use a towel, and then smash up your potatoes. You don't want to overmix them. You don't want to overwork the starches. Even though sweet potatoes don't have as much starch, you don't want them to get gummy on you. And then what you're going to do is slowly add those hot potatoes into your eggs. If you just dump your eggs straight into your screaming hot potatoes, then you're going to run into scrambling. You're going to get some scrambled eggs in your potatoes. So you want to add your potatoes into eggs and then slowly add them back into the pot. And then after that, we're going to butter our pans, our casserole dishes. We're going to layer them with some herbed onion waffles. We're going to throw our stew on top of that, and then we're going to delicately and pipe the duchesse sweet potatoes on top of that, so that all the other middle-aged housewives that come over to your house can drool because it looks so fancy. Basically 375 till it's done, and I'm gonna say about 15 to 20 minutes. About 15 minutes, probably, give or take, depending on your oven. All right, so whenever the potatoes set up and everything's nice and hot, what I'm gonna do is put a couple of jumbo fluff marshmallows right on top and then broil them real quick, because you can't have sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving without those ridiculous cavity causers. Again, my name is Tahj Merriman, and of Waffles and Caffeinated, sometimes known as the Waffle Guy. And please get on down there for breakfast, and we hope to see you there.